It's November. Millions of people open their phones, browse an app, and add something to their cart. And sometimes they buy, sometimes they don't. That interaction repeated 7 million times over 2 months leaves behind a trail of data. And hidden inside that trail is a very specific answer to a very specific question. Which products are truly worth advertising during the Christmas season? That is exactly what I set out to find. Good morning, everyone. My name is Anaclet and I work as a data analyst. Today, I'm going to walk you through a piece of work I'm genuinely proud of, a full product performance analysis built on our interaction data covering November and December 2019. By the time we reach the last slide, you will have a clear evidence-backed picture of which products drove the most value during the Christmas period, and more importantly, what that means for how we invest our advertising budget going forward. I will keep it sharp, so let's get into it. Before I dive in, here is how the next few minutes are structured. We will start with the project context, what we were trying to solve and why it matters. Then I will walk you through how I prepare the data because the quality decision made early on directly affect the trustworthiness of everything that follows. From there, I will explain the 5 metrics we use to measure product performance, each one chosen deliberately to reflect what this business actually care about. Then we get to the result. I will close with a set of concrete recommendations you can act on. Let's go. 7 million customer interactions, 2 months, one question. Which products should Online Odyssey Outlet advertise during future Christmas campaign? Everything in this presentation flows from that question. And here on this slide, you already have the answer at a glance. 391 products show exceptional growth heading into Christmas. Apparel, appliance, and electronic led the charge. These are products that have already proven they respond to the season. 41 products convert between 17 and 100% of basket additions into complete purchase. That means when customer added this to their basket, they bought nearly every time. Then there is the surprise, Lucente, a brand that wasn't on anyone's radar, yet placed 33 coffee green girl SKUs and 10 kids toy in the high growth segment. That's the brand with momentum and it deserves attention. And from all of that, 6 concrete recommendations ready for immediate action. Bottom line, as you can see on screen, December performance is concrete. 391 product, 41 elite converter. That's where Online Odyssey's outlet advertising budget should go. Now, the reason we are here is straightforward. The business wants to advertise smarter, not more, really smarter. Instead of promoting the entire catalog during sale period, we want to identify the products that genuinely perform and put our word behind those. To do that, we agree on 5 dimensions of performance: volume, revenue, popularity, November to December growth, and conversion rate. Each one tells a different part of a story. Together, they give us a complete picture. The data set we are working with cover over 7 million events. Every cart addition, every purchase across 83,833 unique products. Of those, 45,403 actually had purchase activity during the campaign period, and all of it sits within a clean 2-month window, November to December 2019, the Christmas campaign window. Together, these 5 lens give us a complete, rigorous picture of what strong Christmas performance actually looks like. Now, before I show you a single insight, I need to tell you about the data itself, because I believe that an analyst's first responsibility is to the integrity of the data. And in this project, that responsibility was tested. When I opened this dataset, I found 3 problems. Problem 1 was significant. Nearly 13,000 products were assigned to two different categories at the same time. And not just any 2 categories. One of them was construction tools line, which turned out to be the most frequent category in the entire dataset. More even than smartphone, more events than appliance. That immediately raised a flag. When I looked closer, I found Samsung, Apple, and Xiaomi, the world's biggest smartphone brand, sitting inside the construction tools category. Clearly, something had gone wrong upstream in the product catalog. Problem 2. 1,245 products had inconsistent brand labels, the same product appearing under different brand names across different records. Problem 3. No reliable unique identifier exists for products at the level of granularity we need. So I create one. I fix all 3. Methodologically, transparently, and with a clear logic for every decision. The intent I'm about to show you are built on clean, trustworthy data. Let me briefly explain how each of our 5 metrics was calculated, because I want you to be able to interrogate these numbers, not just accept them. Volume is simply the count of purchase transactions per product. Each row in the data is one purchase. Revenue is the sum of prices for those purchases. No cost, no tax. We didn't have that data, so this is gross revenue. Popularity counts how many unique customers bought a product. Not how many times it was bought, but how many different people. So how many different people bought it? That distinction matters. November to December growth is the metric I weight most heavily, because the brief was specifically about the Christmas season. If a product surged in December relative to November, that's a product responding to seasonal demand. Conversion rate measures what percentage of customers who add a product to their cart actually complete the purchase. A high convert is a product people are serious about. One important note: a small number of products showed conversion rate above 100%. On investigation, this appeared to be a data anomaly. Customers reordering through an order history page, bypassing the cart entirely. Those products were excluded from the conversion ranking. Now, let's talk about results. When I applied our growth threshold to the data, 300, a 391 product qualified as December high performers. These are products that either grew by more than 200% from their November baseline or appeared from nowhere in December with over 100 units sold. Look at the chart. Apparel leads with 100 products, followed closely by appliance at 97 and electronics at 82. That's a more diverse picture than I expect. The Christmas season at Online Odyssey Outlet isn't just about gadgets. Clothing and household appliances are very much part of the story. What this chart also tells us is that the seasonal effect is concentrated. The majority of the catalog didn't move, but these 391 products, they respond. And that's exactly where our advertising energy should go. Let me bring this to life with specific number. The single most dramatic performer in December was an Apple smartphone, which went from 14 units in November to 455 units in December. Is the Apple smartphone product 1002527. That's a growth of over 3,000% and generate over 303K in gross revenue in a single month. A Samsung model sold 1,806 units in December, generating over 920K dollars. That's the highest December revenue in our entire analysis. These are outliers to be dismissed. These are signals. Products like this have already proven the response to the season. The question is whether we amplify that response or leave it to chance. Now look at the bottom of the slide, the brand category combinations. Notice something interesting. Lucente, a brand many of you may not immediately recognize, appears twice in the top 5. One for coffee grinders, one for kids toy. I will come back to Lucente in a moment. It's our momentum product, momentum brand. High volume tell us what people bought. Conversion rate tell us what people were serious about. High volume tell us what people bought. Conversion rate tell us what people were serious about. Important to precise this. When I filter for products with at least 5 unique buyers, at least 10 purchases, and a December conversion rate between 70% and 100%, 41 products made a cut. What's striking here is the category mix. Electronics, appliance, and kids each contribute 6 products, making them the 3 most purchased intent-driven categories in our entire catalog. When a customer adds a kids, carriage, or a TV to their cart, they follow through nearly every time. This is critical for retargeting strategy. If we can reach customers who have shown interest in this product but haven't yet converted, we are targeting people who are one nudge away from buying. Let me bring this together. The headline finding is this Christmas performance at Online Odyssey Outlet is not a rising that lifts all boats. The vast majority of products showed no meaningful change between November and December. The gains were concentrated, and now we know exactly where 391 products earned the label of high growth December performance. apparel, appliance, and electronic are the categories that respond most strongly to the season. 41 products convert at elite rate, telling us that electronic appliance and kids items attract buyers with genuine purchase intent, not just browsers. And then there is Lucente, a brand that didn't appear anywhere in my initial intuitions about this data set, yet it placed more product in the high growth segment than almost any other brand. 33 coffee grinders, 10 kids toy. That doesn't happen by accident. That is a brand with momentum and it deserves a closer look. Finally, I say this not to flag a problem, but because I believe in building on solid foundation. The data quality I found and resolve need to be fixed at the source. The product catalog should not be generating 30,000 misclassifying products. The sooner that's addressed upstream, the stronger every future analysis will be. I will close with 6 concrete action. 1. Prioritize prioritize the 391 products. These are proven Christmas performers. Give them the lion's share of campaign budget. They have already demonstrated they respond to seasonal demand. 2. Anchor on smartphones. Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi, and Huawei appear repeatedly across both app growth and revenue ranking. They combine high price with high momentum. They should anchor your premium placements. 3. Investigate Lucente. I will encourage someone in this room to understand what's driving this brand's December performance. If it's genuine product market fit, this could be a high return bet for future campaigns. 4. Retarget your high converter. Those 41 products are perfect candidates for cart abandonment campaign. The customer who consider them are close. A well-timed reminder could recover significant revenue. 5. Start earlier. Several of our best December performers had zero November activity. That means we missed the opportunity to build awareness before Christmas demand peaked. Next cycle, surface this product in early November. 6. As I already said on the previous slide, fix the data at the source. I handled it for this analysis, but every future project will be stronger if the product catalog is clean from the start. And we are not stopping here. What you have seen today is the foundation, and it's a strong one. But imagine what becomes possible when you go even further. What if we could factor in wholesale cost, postage, and tax, and move from revenue to true profit per product? The ranking shift, the decision gets sharper. What if we could see not just who bought, but who looked and walked away? Add product view data, and suddenly we have the full customer journey from discovery to basket to purchase. What if we run this analysis across 3 Christmas campaigns instead of one? We stop guessing what is seasonal and start knowing. What if we knew which type of customer drives Christmas purchases and could speak directly to them? Every one of these is within reach. The data infrastructure is there, the methodology is proven. All that's needed is the decision to go further. This project didn't just answer the question we start with, It opened the door to a much more powerful conversation about how online Odyssey outlets use data to compare. 7 million events, 83 products, 2 months of online Odyssey outlet customer making decisions. Imagine if we can do more. What I've shown you today is that in turn all of that complexity, the answer is actually quite precise. 381 products worth baking, 41 products worth retargeting, one surprise brand worth investigating. The data did its job. Now it's our turn. Thank you.